Hey, happy Friday, everybody, and welcome to the Friday Funnies. Well, the eclipse is over, so I can take these. The eclipse is over, so I can take my glasses off, I'll tell you that. It has come and gone, and the world is still here. Granted, that world's in pretty bad shape, but it's still here. The next scheduled apocalypse, I believe, is going to be 2020, the presidential election. 2020, also known as the year of perfect vision. Now, I kept my vision intact while staring at the eclipse by looking through the approved solar eclipse glasses. And they were hard to find in the areas of totality, but after the eclipse, people were just taking these and throwing them away. So I picked them all up, and I'm going to be selling them in Cleveland in 2024 when they're scheduled for totality. Genius. It's hard to believe that summer is almost over, but Labor Day weekend is only a week away. It's the end of summer as we know it, and slave to fashion that I am, I'll soon be going back to wearing brown shoes and a brown belt. I'm also a slave to laughter, and I'd like to share the following laughs with you. Sydney, Australia is a beautiful city, and like most big cities, it has an area popular with the LGBT crowd. It's called Oxford Street. And Ivan Flynn was walking out of a bar on Oxford Street around midnight when he was accosted by three men who did not approve of his lifestyle choices and were very vocal about it. They called him some vile names, and when he told them to shut up, the men pounced on Ivan and began to beat him up. Now, this attack was witnessed by Coco, Ivy, and Vibe, three drag queens who were just getting off work at a local club, and they did not like what they saw. And just because these guys were dressed like women doesn't mean they didn't know how to fight. Ivy was the first one to jump into the melee. She grabbed one of the attackers, picked him up, and threw him in the gutter. Meanwhile, Coco and Vibe went to work beating on the others. So the homophobic goons soon came to their bloodied senses and ran away. Final score, 3 queens beats 3 jokers. They say robots can do just about anything nowadays, and some people are afraid that robots will take over everybody's job. In Japan, robots are already working in banks, they're working in sushi restaurants and nursing homes, identifying people through facial recognition and telling customers to have a good one in Japanese. But now they're getting into the ministry. The Buddhist religion, as you probably know, is very big in Japan, but if you want a priest at your funeral, it's going to cost you. That's why the Nisai Eco Company developed the Buddhist priest robot. For only $460, a fraction of what it would cost for a live priest, you get an official send-off for your loved one, plus no tipping. For Buddhist technology geeks, this is known as, get ready for it, Nerdvana. Protests around the world are scheduled to be held this weekend in support of the 10th annual Go Topless Day. Women will demand the right to go topless just like men. They argue that both genders have nipples, so why can't they show theirs off? And I gotta tell you, I could not agree more. There's going to be Go Topless protests across the U.S. with marches from coast to coast. There's even going to be one in Duluth, Minnesota, which can get a little chilly this time of year, as if you needed more incentive. Unfortunately, these protests will probably not be covered by the national news because they have much bigger boobs to report on in Washington. Hey, that's it for another week, my friends. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you back here next Friday. Where'd you go?